This is James Sommers here in Cape Coral, Florida. This morning, I looked up on AI, like we all do nowadays, and my question was, what are the top 10 questions to ask when you're interviewing a realtor to help you buy a home? Number one question, how many homes have you helped someone buy or sell in the past year? The national average, according to Specialization realtors, is 5 to 10 homes per agent per year. In the past year, I've helped people buy and sell 41 properties. Second question to ask, are you a full-time agent? A full-time agent is more likely to be fully immersed in the market and available when quick action is needed, especially in a competitive market. I'm a full-time agent, lived here for 37 years, South Florida, been a full-time realtor the past 23 years since January of 2003. Next question, will I be working directly or with a team? You want to clarify your primary point of contact and who will handle tasks, schedule showings, ensure consistent communications and service. The answer is you'll be working with me. I do have a small team, there's 6 of us. I'm the lead agent. Janelle Clark is my licensed administrative assistant. She will help with some paperwork, some coordination, getting condo docs, following up with title companies, mostly back office paperwork. I'll be setting up all your showings. I'll be coordinating all your inspections, your appraisals. I'll be showing you the property. I'm handling the contract work. I'm negotiating your part. I am your contact for everything, every day. The next question is, how do you help buyers compete in a competitive market or handle bidding wars? They go into their strategies should include more than just price, such as crafting strategic offers and leveraging that network to gain an edge. I agree. There's more than just the price when you make an offer. When I buy my own properties, I prefer to give more terms than price. Things to consider, higher deposit, shorter inspection periods. These will make your offer look better and not cost you more money. In a competitive market, we could discuss acceleration clauses, which can go up by a couple $1,000s to try and barely beat the next guy out if our market's that competitive at that moment. Of course, leveraging your network to gain an edge. I've lived here for 37 years. I've been a realtor in town past 23 years. This current year, 2025, I'm the chair of the MLS committee. Last year, I was the vice chair of the multiple listing service. Next year, I'll be on the board of directors. I do a lot of networking. I know a lot of people. And frankly, if the other agent has a choice between working with an inexperienced new agent or someone they know and respect, they've worked in the past, we will often get a heads up. That experience, that networking marketing makes a big difference in a relationship industry like real estate. Next question is, how will you keep me informed about the process and new properties? They recommend you establish clear communication expectations regarding frequency and preferred methods, phone, email, and text to avoid frustration. Every person is different, so this is going to depend upon you. If you're busy at work, you may prefer text messages. You may prefer phone calls or emails. If you let me know, I will respond that way. I personally prefer phone calls on big subject matters. We're discussing negotiations, some pricing, the home inspection. I want a phone call. I want to hear what's important to you. But everyday, day-to-day stuff, text message is fine. Our next question here is, can you provide me with references and testimonials from recent buyer clients? Well, they will then tell you that speaking of past clients often offers firsthand insight into the professionalism, communication style, and overall success. Yes, I am comfortable with giving you names and phone numbers. I even show you the properties they bought, and that way you know it's recently for you to interview them and see if they like me or not. I think that's reasonable. That's easy. And the next question you want to ask your potential realtor to help you buy a house: do you have a network of trusted professionals, for example, lenders, inspectors, etc., that you can recommend? They go into experienced agent should have established relationships with reliable service providers to streamline the transaction. I certainly do have an inspectors, lenders, handymen, electricians, plumbers. I like to recommend them. I think they do a good job. And because I have a long-term relationship with these professionals, I think we get pushed forward to the pack and we will get preferred treatment. You at least get phone calls back. I especially like my local lenders because I know where their offices are. If they don't return a phone call, we can go sit on their desk. You don't want to have a lender hiding behind an 800 number when you have questions about your loan and they're not calling you back in timely fashion. I like local professionals. Make your life a lot easier. The next question is to ask your realtor, how do you get paid? And are there additional fees, admin fees, and they want you to understand the commission structure and all potential costs up front to avoid surprises later. 99.9% of the time, the seller still pays both agents. Last year in October, they changed the law where everything's negotiable. However, 99.9% of the time, the seller is still paying all the fees. I don't charge any extra fees. Majority of your fees are going to come if you get a loan. If you have lender fees, you have prepaids, you have escrows, and your lender will give you specific numbers what that looks like. In Lee County, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, where I primarily work, the seller pays most of the closing costs. Whether your house is $200,000 or $2 million, your closing costs will probably be in that $400 to $800 range with a cash transaction. The next big question they have is, what happens if something is found during the home inspection or the appraisal is low? A capable agent should have a clear plan for addressing issues, negotiating repairs or price adjustments on your behalf. That's easy. When we look at a home inspection, the home inspector's job is to nitpick every detail. That's what he's there for. He needs to prove the fact that he's capable and he showed up, he went through every room. When you go through every home inspection, there's been a laundry list of items. The question is, what's important to us? What do we want to have done? It's the big deals that we care about. We didn't know about that roof. We didn't know about plumbing leaks or air quality issues. You know, that mechanical items are at the end of their serviceable life. There's a lot of things that you cannot notice the casual walkthrough several times that you won't know until your home inspector starts crawling through the attic. In which case, we discuss the merits of those problems. As long as the house can be up to your standards, we can talk about seller's credit, which means you get that repair money at closing so you can have it fixed. That way you know it's done the way you want to. Meanwhile, if our scheduling does not allow that, or if it's something that we need to have for insurance reasons to have fixed, we can negotiate having it repaired by a licensed contractor at the seller's expense before closing. That way you can get your homeowner's insurance. Every house is a little bit different. Every transaction is different. It's case by case. A low appraisal, often that's not a problem because before we make an offer, I'm gonna run comps. I'm gonna do a market analysis so we have an opinion what this house should be worth, what it should appraise for in this market. Sometimes I've been pleasantly surprised with a bad appraisal and we negotiate that out. In which case, the buyer saved money because of a bad appraisal. But either way, with the inspection or the appraisal, an experienced realtor should have opinions going into the purchase to help direct you what to expect. And last, but definitely not least, this is a big one. What is your contract's termination clause? They're recommending you discuss up front, discussing how to end the agreement if you are unhappy with the service ensures you're not locked into an unproductive working relationship. I have no problem discussing that we can agree to disagree and go on as friends and move on. Every contract has a place where you can't put a termination fee. I make mine $0. You can fire me for free if you don't like me. It's that easy. I will hold myself accountable to you, and I'll put that in writing to prove it to you. I've seen many agents put termination fees as high as their whole commission. So they don't care if you fire them because they're still getting paid. We do not work that way. So if you have questions about the questions or questions about particular real estate here in Southwest Florida, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, call me directly, James Sommers at Remax Trend at 239-851-2351. Look forward to hearing from you.